The Election Commission's Special Intensive Revision or SIR has entered a crucial phase. This is nothing but the return of the SIR debate, with house-to-house voter enumeration in Karnataka, Maharashtra, Delhi, Jharkhand and Meghalaya. The exercise has already been rolled out in 12 other states over the past month. But as the exercise expands, so has the political battle. The India Bloc has taken the issue to the judiciary, with 23 opposition parties submitting a joint memorandum to the Chief Justice of India, raising concerns over the implementation of the SIR process. The move also saw the Aam Aadmi Party and the DMK join the opposition's collective stand, temporarily stitching together a fractured India Bloc. However, the legal position remains significant. In May this year, the Supreme Court upheld the SIR exercise in Bihar, ruling that the Election Commission has the constitutional authority to carry out such a revision. The court also held that the poll body can conduct a limited inquiry into citizenship for preparing electoral rolls, and noted that adequate safeguards exist to protect eligible voters. Meanwhile, Karnataka Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar has triggered a fresh debate after warning that those who fail to complete the SIR process could lose not only their voting rights, but also government benefits from crucial schemes. And he has gone on to mention guarantee schemes like Anna Bhagya as well as Gruha Lakshmi. To facilitate the entire SIR exercise, the Karnataka government has announced that it will issue permanent residence certificates to eligible residents. The certificates are among the documents accepted by the Election Commission for voters whose legacy electoral records are unavailable. Now, as the Election Commission begins a massive voter roll revision, a political storm has erupted over who stays on the voters list and who doesn't. Advocate Sanket Gupta joins me at this point. He's a BJP spokesperson. Shivam Bhagat joins me, Congress spokesperson, as well as Smita Mishra, who's a senior journalist. Thank you very much, all three of you, for joining me. Well, let me just start with you, Shivam Bhagat, at this point, and let's just start with what D.K. Shivkumar has said. D.K. Shivkumar, it's an important offshoot of how India Bloc has responded today. India Bloc coming together, possibly in many exceptional ways, one would say, as the politics is turning out for the opposition, but coming together, writing a memorandum to the Chief Justice of India and saying they are hugely concerned with how the SIR process is being rolled out, undertaken. D.K. Shivkumar adding to it that if you skip SIR, you may lose out on the state beneficiaries. How do you really explain that?
Good evening. You know, this is an issue that is being raised by us for the last couple of years. And unfortunately, the Election Commission's conduct in the last couple of years, since we've been raising this issue, has been very, very suspect. The recent example is in West Bengal, where 97 lakh voters were removed. And in the end, the margin of the votes that the BJP won by were 30 lakh votes. And 30 lakh were the appeals that were pending in West Bengal. Therefore, for us to be a little suspect about this entire process is fair. We do feel that this should be a process of verification, but not selective disenfranchisement of voters, which, as we suspect, has been happening in multiple states. What D.K. Shivakumar has said has also been echoed across the country by various leaders, and it has been led by Mr. Rahul Gandhi in the entire country. All we are saying is that this should be a very open process where, in a democracy, voters should be empowered, by their voting rights, not be disempowered by removing actual voters from the list, people who don't vote for you, or people, selective disenfranchisement should not be done by the Election Commission. That is our only appeal.
But, here's the thing, Shivam Bhagat, this has also been raised in the past before the court. And the court seems to completely uphold. I mean, it has spoken about inconvenience to citizens, inconvenience to voters. It has spoken about stress in the system, and it has spoken about several such aspects. But largely when it comes to the constitutionality of the debate, constitutionality of SIR, when it comes to the legality of SIR, when it comes to the right to do SIR of the ECI, it has upheld it even when the opposition has raised this before the court.
You see, we are also not opposing the right of the election commission. It is absolutely under the purview of the election commission to conduct an SIR. All we are saying is that it should be fair, free, fair for all. It should not exclude genuine voters from the list. And basing from the result from a variety and various states, we do feel that there is something that can be looked into that. We are not saying it's illegal. Yes, it is legal. It is the right of the election commission. I repeat again. But we do fear that there is selective disenfranchisement going on based on people who don't vote for you. And that should be looked out by the CJI. And it's a constitutional right. If it's the constitutional right of the election commission to conduct an SIR, it's also a constitutional right of the opposition to write a letter to the Chief Justice of India so that this matter can be looked again at.
Why don't you come in at this point, Advocate Sanket Gupta, selective disenfranchisement?
Actually, first I welcome this third phase of SIR, and I want to ask each and every citizen of these states to come forward and fill the enumeration forms in large numbers so that their voting right will survive. This is a process which is very clear under Article 324 that the constitution right is given to the Election Commission of India. And the way the Election Commission is working, the way they are filling all the enumeration form, they are really doing a good job. And all the people in the states of Kerala also did this SIR proceedings, and the Congress person will not say even a single word on the SIR proceeding done in Kerala, why they are having a selective attitude on the one process. If they won in one state, then they say that the SIR is good, and in other state when they lose, they say that the SIR, they blame the SIR. Now, if they are saying that the complaints and the election commission is not working properly, I want to ask the Congress spokesperson how many complaints they made. How many complaints they made in the state of Bengal? When the data is given by the election commission, it comes to nil. When the data is given by the election commission for Uttar Pradesh, it comes nil. And now on TV, just to set the narrative, they keep on saying again and again that the election commission is not working. I want to ask where there is any kind of problem in SIR proceedings. The enumeration phase is very clear. You'll have to fill the details of 2002. You'll have to fill the details of the last your voter list. Then you will get the vote in your draft list. And if you have any objection to any of the name, you can fill Form 7 easily. This is entirely a process which is very clear, which is very transparent, and I urge each and every citizen of all the states to come forward and take a part in this SIR proceedings.
Smita Mishra, ideally I should be coming to you. Just give me a minute. I want Shivam Bhagat to respond to this. Shivam Bhagat, this is an argument. Every time there has been a SIR process, this has been an argument back and forth. So respond to this yet again, Shivam Bhagat, to what you're calling as selective disenfranchisement versus what the BJP accuses you of SRification of defeat.
You see, it is very convenient for them to say this. And he's saying that we have not complained anywhere. I think he's also suffering from selective amnesia. Did we not see the two massive press conferences held by Sri Rahul Gandhi?
Just a press conference without any name, without any evidence?
Can I complete?
Can you give any kind of evidence when the Honorable Election Commissioner asked for the evidence to be given on affidavit? Then you refuse to give any kind of affidavit. What kind of press conference you are giving? You are a leader of opposition. And when you are doing any kind of press conference, you must give all the evidence to the election commission. If you are right on your part, you must give the evidence. When the Honorable Election Commissioner asked for the affidavit, then the Honorable Leader of Opposition has not given any kind of affidavit. No evidence was given.
Why should he give an affidavit when asking for an affidavit is also very cleverly asked so that they can trap him into something that he's not said or done. And it is also what we are saying is that it is also being done in a very clever
But Shivam, the Supreme Court had also said, once the elections are over, you can still knock at our doors. The opposition has not knocked
at... That's why we've written to the CJI.
No, hold it. You've written now when the SIR process is starting in Delhi and the other states. But when it's been a while since the elections got over in West Bengal as well. And if you really had concerns over the defeat of what I can now call is the India Bloc alliance, Why not raise it at that time at the Supreme Court?
I mean, it takes time. It's only been a month or so since the
I
elections
think
have gotten over. I mean, it takes time. The results
Smita
came
Mishra
in
come
when?
in at this point. How much
30th
of
of
time
May.
does it take? If you think
It
that
takes time
elections
to
have been
draft a proper
torpedoed.
letter.
Shivam, if you think elections have been torpedoed, and I'm using that word torpedoed because essentially it's coming down to that. You're essentially saying that ECI is completely biased and the whole process is non-transparent, which means that you're accusing the ECI of torpedoing elections. And if that is the
Yes.
allegation that's so serious, it cannot take 1+ more months than the defeat, than the results of West Bengal that
But
came
what
out.
about what we've been bringing up for the last 1 year, 2 years? It's not
I'm
like we've
talking
just
about the West Bengal election results. I'm asking you specifics. There were press conferences by Rahul Gandhi before, and we have the visuals and we are playing that out. There were
Yes, and
allegations,
then
there were repeated
multiple
multiple
press
allegations of
conferences by
press
leaders.
conferences and of Rahul Gandhi bringing out names and so, but none after the elections. Not by
You
anybody.
think Rahul Gandhi should wake up after every election, you are saying?
Oh no, Rahul
And-
Gandhi should not.
He's
No,
busy
no.
with tourism.
By the way, there's a move from the opposition to push him as a prime minister candidate and saying that everybody must rally for it. So he must wake up before and after elections.
Yes,
That's a different
yes,
point.
but
But I'm talking about
does
anybody
that
from the
mean-
opposition, including Mamata Banerjee.
He's
Smita
on-
Mishra
he's
come
on
in,
foreign
please.
Of course,
tourism.
Mamata Banerjee has been raising that issue.
Not in
And
Supreme Court.
she's-
Not in Supreme Court.
The first
That
point
doesn't mean you can't decide where she's going to
I
raise it
haven't
and all.
decided.
They
I'm
just
just
want to
saying.
create a
Deciding-
narrative. They don't want to do anything.
You are deciding where it should be raised or
No,
not.
I'm not. I'm just
saying you
saying,
have the right
I'm
to say
asking
that-
you a question, Shivam. I'm asking you a question,
Yes,
a very
yes, and I'm
rational
also
question.
responding.
That when when the opposition had gone to the Supreme Court had said this, come back to us if you feel that the elections have not been fair. Come back to us and we will open it up again. And if you made the allegation that you lost the votes by 30, you lost the elections by 30 lakh votes, which is what was out of SIR, then that should be the first thing that went to the in the petition and before the Supreme Court.
And it's going now. I mean, why should it be according to
Smita
any
Mishra,
timeline?
it's
The
going
Supreme
now.
Court
How do
is
you
also,
respond
by
to
the way,
that?
on holiday in the entire of
I'll
June.
tell you. I'll start with the first point that was made because I think we've got too many things into it now in the past some minutes. First of all, the question about selective disenfranchisement. I remember the first complaints against SIR started when we were about to go into Bihar elections. That was late last year. And you know, the string of complaints that were made over Bihar elections. Anyway, Bihar elections were conducted phenomenally well. I was there throughout the elections witnessing the voting, and you should have come and seen the rows of women in the remotest parts of Bihar, how SIR enabled people to, you know, come out and exercise their franchise. Now let's leave that. The second point, the second, if I may say, milestone that came was during West Bengal elections. Now, if it was a question of selective disenfranchisement, then you can say it might have, just for argument's sake, it might have applied in West Bengal. Why didn't it apply in Kerala and Tamil Nadu? Why would somebody who is using a weapon or a tool for selective disenfranchisement go down in single digits in 1 and 2, assembly victories is one point. But let's move ahead. You are talking of going to court and raising the points and the facts, etc. Do you remember that during, at a time when the TMC and the West Bengal government were going to the courts, to the judiciary every other day? It was every other day. We have covered every morning. There used to be a petition from either the TMC or the West Bengal government challenging some or the other angle, some or the other question on the SIR, to the point that one day, I remember very well, the CJI, Surya Kant, was so exasperated. He said, why do you come every other day? Don't we have anything else to hear? Is SIR the only thing we've got to hear? They were so exasperated because they had meticulously gone to every question that was raised constitutionally, legally, on the conduct of the SIR, whether on the constitutionality, as you have flagged already in your opening remarks, or in the manner that it was conducted. And gradually they took up every point. Every point was dealt with by the court with exemplary patience. And such was, the environment that was created against the SIR. It ended. The last and the most unfortunate episode was that Kalia Chowk incident, where you remember those judges who were hearing the judicial officers who were hearing the appeal were literally had to escape, I mean, for their lives at total risk to their lives and their safety. So my point is there any angle left in the SIR that the judiciary has yet to go through? Is there any question left on SIR? Haven't we got, it has been done to death. As I said, during the West Bengal elections, there was a petition on SIR every other day in the judiciary. For 2 months, we saw nothing but SIR hearings in the law courts, from the lower to the top court. Now, my point is, now that SIR has settled, I think, and it is purely my opinion, based on my experiences on the ground during elections and my conversations with people involved in the process, including the CC, Gyanesh Kumar himself, that the SIR is now a settled point. The people of the country are quite okay with it. And those who have found some discrepancies for whatever reasons, sometimes it may be a bit, it may appear unfair. I also got a notice. By the way, I'm a resident of Uttar Pradesh. I didn't get my name cleared in the first round. I was given a notice. I had to fill up a form. I submitted certain documents and I found that in the final revision, I found that my name was there. So I think it is the people who have now understood the entire background, the need for the process,
Right.
and are ready to settle down with it. I don't know what part of the whole process is left to question in the law court.
Shivam
Seriously.
Bhagat?
Yes, I mean, with all due respect, Madam on the panel, if Madam on the panel is saying that the people have accepted it, that means it should be the eternal truth that the people have accepted, because
Not
she is
really,
saying
Shivam.
so.
That's why I'm
very
coming to you
sorry.
for a counter.
My point
Yeah.
is,
Shivam, that's why I'm coming to you for a counter. Otherwise, why
That's
will I
why
come for
this
you
is
to
my
counter?
It is my counter. I'm
if
saying if
you
she is
let
saying
the
that
people,
this is,
if the
if
people are
the
not
people have
objecting,
accepted, then it is the eternal truth.
Okay, so let
That
me
she
put
is
it
saying.
in a different way.
You want
Shivam,
to
is there a
if-
sense
if
of
the-
fatigue?
doesn't
Let me ask you this question in a different way. Is there a sense of fatigue? Because what Ms. Smita Mishra has also said is also, is there, these are also part of, regular conversations. What is it that the opposition is raising again? I understand there's inconvenience. I understand there is inadvertent left, voters getting left out. As Smita Mishra said, she was there to correct it. Many would not be able to physically be present to correct it, and there are concerns over it. But Shivam, for this to come up every few months repeatedly and draw to the same conclusion, is there a sense of fatigue among those who are watching this closely, even as voters, as ordinary citizens?
See, I'm sure some people might be fatigued by it, but that doesn't mean that we are going to stop raising the voice of millions of people whose votes have been removed from the electoral rolls. These are citizens of this country, and we are going to continuously fight for them. And if the process is so flawless, then why are they so uncomfortable about the questions that are being raised by it? Why don't they respond to it? Why don't the EC respond to it? Why is it that when always the EC is asked a question about the SIR, the BJP comes to its defense? Senior journalists come to its defense. Why is the EC not responding to it? It's my simple question. I mean, the BJP is constantly coming and defending the SIR like it is their pet project.
Okay.
Is it their pet project? I want to ask the BJP
All right,
spokesperson.
Advocate Sanket Gupta, your last response to this before I take a break.
The Congress spokesperson is just trying to create a kind of political narrative. It's not that the
But
BJP
that's also a
is favoring
perception.
any
Just the way
SIR
I
BJP.
asked Mr. Shivam about fatigue, there's also an increasing perception about the political colors of the ECI. There is a perception. How is BJP going to bust that?
That's a perception which the Congress and the other opposition parties are trying to make when they are not getting the mandate and when they are not getting the confidence of the voters. Now they are playing these type of tactics to play the blame game either to the judiciary or to the election commission. They don't even have a karyakartas at the booth level to become a BLA2. That the booth level agents are not even there, because the political parties are being asked to appoint all the BLA2s. The Congress party has not even appointed the booth level agents at the booth level.
Okay.
They don't want to go at the booth level, but they want to play a blame game, coming on the political, creating a political
Why do you keep
narrative by the
defending the
media,
EC?
by making a false
Why do you keep
complaints,
defending
by
the election
sending a
commission?
memorandum.
Why don't they
If
defend
they have any
themselves?
kind of evidences, they must come to the court. If they have evidences, let the evidence come in a court. Let them show the
All right.
evidence in the court. Let them get the affidavit, get the evidence on affidavit to the election commission. They are just playing up. Uh, they are just creating a narrative,
Okay, we're
a
completely out
political
of time.
narrative,
I
which
think
is
there's an
very
important
dangerous to
point
the
that I want to bring
democracy.
in, and I wish I could go to Ms. Smita for this. This was an important thing that we wanted to discuss, but we're completely out of time. I think I just want to make a mention of this, that it's going to be hard to now, one, get an SIR process and then ensure that that becomes the basis to ensure that people get the benefits of the programs as well. That's going to be hard constitutionally to prove, whether it be Article 14, whether it be the right to life that one has under Article 21. And also, you know, you've had the precedence of Aadhaar in the court as well. So the line that DKS or other chief ministers may be towing with respect to skip SIR and you may lose out on benefits, I think is going to be making this SIR process further complex. But Advocate Sanket, Shivam Bhagat, as well as Smita Mishra, thank you so much for your time.